Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Love Lost series with Linda K. How are you? My sincere condolences, my thoughts and prayers, my warm hugs go out to everyone who has lost a loved one this week. I'm so sorry for your loss. I hope that you can be comforted with the memories of your love lost. And if you're watching us for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an amazing journey. I am so thankful to all my subscribers. My goodness, you guys have no idea what you do to me. Day by day, steady, we keep growing. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting. If you're a caregiver, thank you so much for supporting that person that has loved and lost. Thank you for being their person. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you for joining us just to try to make sense of a very difficult situation. Grief is something that's so difficult. And it's as unique as we are, as unique as our fingerprints are, that's how our grief journeys are. It's different for everyone. There are a lot of similarities, and that's why we're able to share experiences so that you can be comforted in your loss, in your pain through your journey. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm so sorry for your loss. My thoughts and prayers are with your family. If you've been watching our videos, you will know that at the Love Lost series, we're not here to judge and we're not here to point fingers. We're taking responsibility to normalize grief, to make you be comfortable and be able to share your experience when you've loved and lost. It is not a judgment thing. Oprah says that when we know better, we do better. So at the Love Lost series, we're just trying to encourage you by education and bringing to light some of those things that we feel, but we're not able to express. There's no right channel to express it. We're all going through it in our different corners. It's so lonely. So with the Love Lost series, if you're watching our video for the first time, I encourage you to watch the other videos because you will definitely be encouraged by a thing or two. So today I just want us to talk about in-law rivalries when there is a death. And full disclosure, this is not about anyone. This is just things that happen in our community. And like I said, we don't have a milieu, we don't have an avenue to share these experiences so that we are educated and that we know that it comes to light that we need to support each other. What do I mean by in-law rivalry? We all know how the grief journey is so difficult. We all know how the grief can manifest in our lives in different ways. We all know how excruciating a pain that you feel. We all know how hollow that you feel when you've lost and lost. With grief comes loss of personality, loss of friends, loss of direction, loss of, it could even be financial support. Like your relationship with somebody may just be a financial transaction, and so their loss, you're affected financially. So loss does affect different people in different ways. However, I want us on this episode to actually think. So this is me just encouraging you to think about it for a minute. Yes, it may be a sister, a daughter that has died, but it also could be somebody's wife. So where do we draw the line? Where do we start to support each other, understanding that this death of this person does affect me as well as it does affect you? I know that commonly people can say, oh, people can remarry after they've lost a partner. But even if they remarry, they've lost somebody, they've lost a relationship, especially if they had children with them. That is a part of their life that does not disappear. It doesn't go away because a person has died. So I just want us to think about it. I don't know why I was inclined to do this video. But I know somebody out there just needs to hear this. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not judging you, but I just want us to really consciously think about it. When we lose siblings, how is the relationship with the in-laws? How do we handle it? Do we accept that we're all grieving, that we're both grieving and we've lost somebody that's dear to us? Do we come together and give them a befitting burial? Or is it a time for us to hash out all of the things that were bothering us. It is a time for us to blame and point fingers and say, and if you had just done this person would not have died, or my person was so sick. It could be my brother, my sister was so sick, you didn't take care of them enough. Do we do that? Do you know somebody that do that? Has it been a part of your family? I know it is, because I have countless examples of where the family is just torn apart, and it is excruciatingly painful. It is so hard to even sit through a meeting just to discuss a burial, because there's so much animosity that is built up. Again, yes, we've talked about grief being a relationship, so I encourage all of us to look at it in that light. Yes, it's my brother. Yes, it was your husband. You can always remarry. But I've lost my brother, I cannot have another brother. All those things make sense, but you were just manifesting. Your grief is just taking control of you, and you're letting your emotions speak for you. It's never okay to say that, because it's not okay that you lost your brother. And yes, you will never get another brother, but it's not okay. It doesn't make it easier for the widow because they can always remarry. No, it does not. It's not that easy. It is not. When we talk about this, and like I said, this is a teaching moment. This is that when we know better, we're going to do better. Are you sitting there and seeing this family being torn apart and saying nothing? And are you saying nothing because you don't want to take sides? Or are you consciously standing up to say, no, we shouldn't treat our sister-in-law this way because she has lost her husband. Yes, my brother has died. Yes, I don't have a good relationship with her. But this is not about taking sides. This is just about us doing the right thing. This is just about us getting together and giving our brother a befitting burial. Are you that person in your family? Do you do that? Can we all start thinking about that when it does occur? Because I tell you something, no one is trying to be malicious. This is grief. It has hit you hard. You are starting to think how your life is impacted by the loss of this person. There's every reason for you to blame somebody. That's you grieving. That's you dealing with your emotions that are hitting you and how this death is affecting you. But it's when we watch this video, hopefully we start to have that reckoning when it starts to occur, like, oh yes, no, I am mourning. I am suffering the loss of my person. This death is going to impact me. And I should go through these stages, and blaming is one of the stages, but I don't want to blame somebody. And I don't want to make somebody feel like it is their fault that my person is not here anymore. I know that this is so cumbersome, and this can mean so many things to so many people. And there's times where people have blatantly been negligent that has caused the death of somebody else. But that's not where I want us to focus. I want us to put your focus back to what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that we should limit in-law rivalry when we have to bury a love lost. I want people to start understanding that, yes, my brother was the breadwinner. He provided for all of us. He has now left a widow and children. I am affected. It's my loss, and it's theirs also. It's their dad. So let's be very, very mindful of how we treat widows and the children that are left behind, because they are also impacted. Yes, it is our brother, but he had his own family, and they're as equally important as we are. So let's be respectful. I think if we start to think about this and we all start to be consciously respectful and understand where our place is, hopefully it will reduce the amount of rivalry, the amount of malicious, unnecessary arguments, enmities that grow out of it. Sometimes people don't even come to see their loved one being buried because of the disagreement or because of the animosity that was boiling in after a death of a loved lost. It is really common in my community. It may not be common in your community, but it is so rampant in my community, and I am urging us, I am just begging us to be conscious. So if you don't take anything out of, if you hear one thing out of this whole video, I want you to be mindful, be very conscious. And again, I'm not talking about when people have been intentionally negligent to cause the death of somebody else. That's not what I'm saying. And even if somebody was in a very tumultuous marriage in a very unhealthy, even if somebody is in a very unhealthy marriage, doesn't mean that when their spouse dies, it doesn't mean a thing to them. It does, especially if they have children. It does. We should not forget that, and this goes both ways. I'm also talking about if a woman dies and leaves a widower. Girl's family needs to be respectful and mindful that yes, this man can turn around and in 2 weeks marry another woman, but my sister is gone forever. But I can guarantee you that maybe that marriage that he's going to go engage in 2 weeks down the road it's part of his grief. It's part of the confusion of grief that's overcoming him because he's grieving. There's no way that you can share a life with somebody and they leave this world and you don't feel a thing. Whether you agree with me or not, it is a fact. You're going to be affected once you have a relationship with somebody and they're no longer here. All I'm trying to say is, because our end goal is to know better and do better. Our end goal is so that so many people understand, because some people don't even know why they do what they do. They don't even understand. All I'm trying to say is that's the way the person is grieving. He's choosing to blame. He's choosing to, cause all of this animosity, this energy that's not healthy. It's their own way of grieving. But if we know, or if we just choose to say, you know what, this is you, this is how you're going to grieve, I'm not going to let you bring that into my space, good for you. If somebody else is going to stand up for that widow and say, no, this person has an equal loss here and we should not be treating them this way, good for you. And in the end, we just want people to be able to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, for lack of better explanation. Like, we should not be tearing each other, especially when the children involved, because it's going to affect these children. The death of a parent is going to affect these children for the rest of their life. And now we're making it even more difficult because now they have to choose which side of the family they want to be related to. We shouldn't do that. We should not encourage that. We're the adults in the room. We should stand up and say something. And like I said, it's not about taking sides. It's about recognizing that we need not treat this person this way because they meant something to this person that's laying down lifeless. It could be a spouse. They meant something to them. They shared something. At some point in time, they chose each other. And so, yes, it's my relative. It's my blood relative, but they have a relationship with them that's deeper. And we need to respect that. Especially when children are involved. Because what are we teaching the children, and what is the outcome? Okay, so what? Yes, your brother died. The lady was negligent, your brother died. Now, so what? If you cannot get together and give them a befitting burial and make sure that your children have memories of their dad being buried peacefully, what impact are you leaving on those children? What trauma are you re-traumatizing children who have just lost their parents? And when I say children, I'm not even talking about minors. I'm talking about children at all levels. It could be adult children. And they lose their parents, but then their uncles and their aunts don't let them be. It's chaos. It's chaotic. And it's really hard to get together and have a burial. Now what? Then what? What do we get out of that? Nothing. We're all going to die. There's nothing on this earth. Your loss, my loss. He had a relationship with both of us. Equally important. And so now we just need to be able to get ourselves together and bury them. I know it's so difficult. I hear you. I know that. I know that it's easy to say, but pointing fingers don't do anything. If the person is dead, the person is dead and gone and needs to be buried. All the problems we're going to create, all their non-animosity is just going to give people something to talk about. It's not going to end anywhere. It's not going to bring this person back. And if I want to reference my other video, they'll start pointing you like so-and-so people that, could not get together and bury a loved one. All this over what? Over what? So that's all I just wanted us to think about today. It's just, usually I just give things that happen for us to look at it. I give my perspective, like look at it, think about it. I don't want to use a lot of examples in this video because I don't want to expose what people, discuss with me privately. However, you get my gist. You get where I'm going to. It's really hard. I know it's a thin line to know who is more affected by the death when it's, a spouse as opposed to a brother, But I just want us to start to think about it consciously. When it does occur, are we respectful of the fact that, yes, you know, as much as this person may go remarry, but this person meant something to them, and so we're going to support them so they can give him or her a befitting burial? Or are we just going to bring all the drama and say all the things that don't matter in the end? Because at the end of the day, I don't know yet. Raise your hand if you know of somebody who died and has not been able to be buried because there was confusion at their burial. None. Every dead person finds a home. Every dead person ends up being buried, whether it's by the community, the council, your neighbors. Every dead person finds a home in the ground. They get buried. So this confusion that you're trying to bring, this argument, is unnecessary animosity that you're trying to bring, it's not helpful for anyone. It is not. And think about the children that are left. Think about it. How does it have, those of us that are left are the ones that have to live with it. This person is dead and gone. They may not even like what's going on, but they have no say. They have no contribution. They're just sitting there embarrassed in a little corner thinking, why is this happening? But at the end of the day, so what? Then what? Yes, this person was negligent. Yes, this person caused the death of your loved one. Yes, this person stressed your family member to a high blood pressure. Yes, this woman gave your brother a heart attack. So what? Your brother is gone. What do we do now? Do we bury this person peacefully? Or do we continue to generate animosity and anger and all of these things and create more heart attacks and heart problems and all sorts of ill health due to anger that's building up inside of us? If it's happening around you and you say nothing, you're part of the problem. Think about it. Be the one person. You're not taking sides. All you're doing is bringing us back to the conversation. How do we get this person buried peacefully? I want to thank you all so much for watching till the end. This video was supposed to be really short because I just wanted us to start thinking about those things because it's really rampant in our community. But it ended up being, wow, I don't know, really long. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful. Please go back, watch our other videos, be encouraged, share to all of your friends and family, tell them about this really amazing journey that we're all hopping on, one person after another, and doing such great work as has been reviewed. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and until our next episode, see you. Bye bye.